No, it's a league game. You just want to win the first one. You know, we just, you know, I was worried like crazy. I watched 4 of their tapes twice. And I was scared to death. And my problem was, these guys didn't know how good this team was. And that's a hard one for a coach. It was like Long Beach State. Tried to tell them, you don't understand. And we're coming in, and now all of a sudden it's 40-40 at halftime. But again, our will to win at the end showed. But you know what? If they hadn't turned it over so much, we'd have been down 15 at halftime. They turned it over. That's the only reason we were in the game.
Which tapes was it you watched?
What's that?
The tapes that you watched.
I watched the Georgia Tech game, I watched the Missouri game, I watched the Illinois game, and there was one other that I watched that I'm slipping me right now. This is the first one I watched, so I can't remember, but there was one other that I watched.
John, I was going to ask you about the turnovers, and they have had problems with that earlier. How much was that part of the game plan to get them?
We did, and you notice we changed our press a little bit this week to play it a little bit different, to put a little more pressure on the ball, and that wasn't just for Georgia, it's for how we need to be playing. So that was, we're going to be able to watch the tape now and see where we got to get better with that. But we did want to turn them over. It was one of the things we were going to try to do. You think about it, if they have 8 less turnovers, they probably win the game.
John, a couple things. One, could you just talk a little bit about when you said Patterson wasn't doing something, but he did get the two follow shots back to back?
Late game, he made 2 big-time offensive plays, offensive rebounds, and that is just effort. But he still didn't rebound the ball like he should. There were balls that he should have gotten. There were, you know, you got to take the personal challenge of that other player. In other words, I'm going to go get him. I had one guy in my huddle, knowing a player was hurting us, saying, I'm guarding him. Sam Cassell used to do that when I coached in the NBA. I'll guard him. He was talking Michael Jordan. Whoever hurt us, Sam Cassell would say, I got him. Let me guard him. And obviously I said, okay. And we had a guy in our huddle do that. But again, you got to look at it as a personal affront. The guy's laughing, talking, what? I'm the first team All-American, and I just got to bring it out of him. You know, we really need him now. He made those 2 offensive tip-ins that won the game. But it wouldn't have been a game if they don't turn it over so much. We would have been down. Those plays wouldn't have mattered.
And you talk a little bit about John Wall and why he didn't start the second half.
He was getting some stuff with the trainer, so we couldn't wait any longer, and I had to put a starting lineup in. Yeah, he's you know, he was not feeling well today, but you know, he's fine. You know, 5 assists, 17 points, 6 for 9 from the line, 4 rebounds, 5 for 14 is not bad. A steal, only 3 turnovers, and he wasn't feeling real well.
2 more questions.
John, can you say who the guy was in your huddle that was saying,
I'm going to let you guess who it is. You can write in your column, go A, B, and C. This is the 3. Did anybody guess who our special guest was going to be today? No, didn't think so.
How about the second straight game where the threes were not as productive as I'm sure you'd like? What's going on there?
Well, we didn't take that many, and we got a couple guys that we're counting on to make shots that aren't. But we're, you know, I'm not worried about it. We're still in the 40% or maybe a little bit below. We're one of the leading 3-point shooting teams in our league and one of the leading in the country. You know, you have spells where you're not going to shoot the ball well. Just happened to be 2 games in a row. Let's hope it's not 3 games in a row, because we're going to have a tough one on Tuesday.
Last question. Anybody?
Thanks, folks.